Today we're going to create art inspired by the artist Jim Dine. You're going to start with a square piece of paper. You're going to fold the paper in half. Line up the edges the best you can. Hold it down with one hand and then use your other hand to press the fold. Then you're going to fold it in half one more time. Line it up the best you can. Hold it with one hand and then press down the fold. When you open it up, you should have 4 squares. Then we're ready to trace our hearts. I have a heart template to help you with your tracing. The size of the template is the same size as the squares. So you can just line it up in the square and then use your pencil to trace. When you have all 4 hearts traced, you want to put your name on the back of your paper. And your art code. And then you're going to be ready to start coloring your hearts. We're going to start with some oil pastel. When you use oil pastel, you're going to choose 2 hearts to color and 2 hearts to leave white. So I'm going to start with this heart right here. And I'm going to start with a wavy line design inside the heart only. And you can definitely use more than one color. Sometimes I like to outline the heart to make it stand out. Now I have to choose my second heart to color in. I think it will look good if I pick the heart that's diagonal from the first heart that I colored in. So for this one, I'm going to choose different colors, and I'm going to use kind of a trick I learned from Jim Dine. I'm going to use some slightly scribbly lines. Now, even though I'm being a little bit scribbly, you'll probably notice that I'm still staying inside of my shape. So I'm starting by kind of outlining carefully before I do my fun scribble. There we go. Now, after you have chosen your 2 hearts that you're going to color, you're going to choose 2 backgrounds to color in. I'm going to choose the backgrounds of the squares that have blank hearts. That way I'll have oil pastel in every square. So let's see, when I do the background, I can choose any type of design I like. I think this one is going to have some diagonal lines. When you're done with oil pastel, you should have 2 hearts that are colored, 2 hearts that are white, and 2 backgrounds that are colored, and 2 backgrounds that are white. Now that we have the oil pastel finished, we are going to use some paint to fill in the white areas of our picture. I'm going to gently dip my brush into the color I want to use, adding some water, because these paints do not work without a lot of water in the puddle. Give it a gentle tickle. And then I'm going to use my brush to gently paint any leftover areas. I'm choosing to make my heart a different color from the background. That way my heart stands out. If I want to, I can kind of blend colors by cleaning my brush, getting a new color, and painting on top of my first color. I can also paint the background around this heart. When you paint over oil pastel, the oil pastel will not let the paint stick to it. You will not be able to cover up your oil pastel designs. That's called watercolor resist. The oil pastel is resisting the paint. So I can paint right over my pink line, and right over my other areas that are colored. Now that our paints are put away, it's time to finish our Dine Heart art project with some different art supplies. So whatever you didn't finish painting in last time can be colored in with crayon. So I'm just gently staying inside the lines. To fill in any white. Really thinking hard about the colors that I choose to make my heart stand out. If my heart was red, picking a red crayon wouldn't make a good choice for my background because it won't make my heart stand out. Another fun thing that we're going to do today is we're going to use another technique that Jim Dine liked to do, and that is fingerprint painting. Now, when we are fingerprinting today, I want you to choose only one painty finger. I recommend for this choice using the hand that you write with, I'm right-handed, and then using your pointer finger of that hand. That's going to be the easiest finger for me to fingerprint with. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a little bit of paint on a paper plate, and whatever color I want to use, I'm going to dip my paint finger in, and I'm going to use this to fingerprint around an area. When you run out of paint, you can get some more. If you want to change colors, use your towel to wipe off your one painty finger, and then you can choose a different color. I'm almost done with my fingerprinting. The only rule about fingerprinting is you can't fingerprint all over the whole square. You have to pick either the background or the heart. You cannot do both. So for this one, I chose to do the background without any fingerprints in the heart. This one, I chose to fingerprint the heart without any in the background. This one, I chose the background without any in the heart. And this one I still have left. I think that the heart needs a little something, so that's where I'm going to choose to do my fingerprints. I'm being careful that my fingerprints look nice and neat because I want people to be able to tell that they're fingerprints. I don't want them to get too smudged together. I kind of want them to all still look a little separate. There. When you are done fingerprinting, wipe off your finger very well. And then take your paper carefully using both hands to Mrs. Davidson.